I'm known internationally for my Charles Dickens.
He was arrested for violating the Federal Mann Act, the White Slavery Act, interstate transport of girls for prostitution.
Wonderful eccentric, and he was supported by people who were devoted to him.
Another time I was ran out of a house with a shotgun. After 52 years, I got a lot of great stories, but I don't think some of them you want to hear. I mean, 52 years of the business. I'm 78 years old now.
He even made a book called The Bibliophile's Nightmare in only one copy, so that bibliophiles couldn't get a decent night's sleep.
Well, I think there's a great interest in rare books in San Francisco. I mean, we have a very, I think, diverse audience in San Francisco because we have both a highly educated audience and a lot of special interest groups, a lot of international groups that come to the fair and are interested in the fair. Our challenge as promoters is to start to interest a new audience, not, to go beyond the predictable group of people that will always suss out where the next book fair is going to be and get there if they can. And sometimes those aren't the people that the dealers want to see. We just try to get them there.
The logistics of putting on a fair this size, the San Francisco Fair is the physically largest book fair in the world. There are like somewhere 250, 280 exhibiting dealers here, and that's part of what we do. We take the trauma of the shipping and the customs out of the equation for the dealers. Our view when we started this very early on was, if you're a book dealer, you're here to sell books. You're not here to worry about customs. You're not here to do transportation. That's my problem. I'm not here to sell books. I'm here to make sure that the books arrive safe and sound, and that's what we do.
Booksellers, as we know them today, probably started to cohese, I suppose, in the middle of the 19th century. People like Bernard Quaritch and his brothers. And then, I suppose, modern book collecting is becoming very different. I mean, the internet makes a difference, but people are collecting, or some people are collecting, very modern books.
You just never know. I've done hundreds of book fairs over my career. I've been in bookselling for 30 years. I don't know, I've done 600, 700 book fairs, maybe more. And you never know what to expect from it. You hope to leave with some books that you bought and can do well with, and see some things you haven't had. You hope to get some new customers. A lot of us are very close in the trade. A lot of us have our best friends in the trade, so it's a chance to get together with people, and sometimes you leave just having a couple of great dinners and having a great time, and didn't make any money. But it's nice when it all works together.
Yes, I think this is one of the best of the fairs. It's the largest. I mean, it's over 200 dealers and from all over the world. It's really, it's a lot of fun, actually. You get to see an extraordinary assortment of books. You get to see many different dealers. It's just a wonderful time. It's like, I really enjoy them. Buy books, sell books.
One of the reasons you come to this is basically for the old boy and girl network. And that's the way you get a lot of your material. Everybody gets it that way.
We tend to get called by people in sort of Kensington and Surbiton and all over who are either moving or someone has died and there's an estate of books. That's really where we get our books. We don't have to buy, like most of the dealers here, from other members of the trade. And that's why there's a kind of interest when we set up. There's usually a great gang of dealers all buying from us because we get stuff fresh from the public, as it were.
I mean, the fairs are tough on books. You know, you buy something in pristine condition, you take it to a couple of fairs, and inevitably something, you know, happens.
Well, because of the number of dealers, I guess it attracts some of the best collectors in the region, or in the West Coast.
This is the big fair. This is the big time.
Yeah, and you can bring your best books and have a client for them. You know.
First fair I ever did was in Stillwater, Minnesota. That was a small time.
My first one was in Baltimore, which is where I'm from. That's also a small time.
Well, middle of the road. No, it's the best books. It's the best dealers. It's a great town. It's a lot of fun.
We have fun at the fairs. We love books. It takes a lot of work, but you know, that's part of it. If you have a passion for it, you don't have a problem with it.
We've bought a few things. It's been harder to buy than to sell, but that's been true in the current market. Most dealers aren't buying for stock very much.
What did you buy, or are you?
5 or 6 things, nothing more than $6,000 or $7,000, and as usual when I buy at a fair, I would have said 50% of them I know where they're going, and the other 50% will hope for the best. But as you sell stock, and we've sold 12 or 14 quite good things for something over $100,000, you've got to replace them. So the money's coming in, the money's going out again, but I think most dealers at the moment would rather have cash than books. And the fair is full of a lot of people who have more books than cash. So material is sticking. I think it's a very nervous market.
With war and the economy.
War and the economy and one thing or another. In general, when the market is nervous, things at the top end do better than things at the bottom end. Particularly interest rates are low at the moment. People with cash, you can either get 3% on it or you might buy some nice books, and nice books have certainly done a hell of a lot better than 3% over the last 5 or 10 years. In fact, so much better that it's in itself a worrying phenomenon. Market's been overheated a little, I think.
Give them a ticket. Yeah, and the ticket is mainly more than anything so that we count. Count how many people came. We're going to start selling tickets in just a minute as soon as we finish training everybody. Then we're going to hold it till we'll get you in the part way, and then we'll open the doors at 3. Okay? Thank you.
Book collectors in general, no, I actually find them completely normal, but for example, my assistant, you know, she was never seen them before. She sort of says, oh, a guy came by wanting books on X-rays, as if it was something extraordinary. But because I'm totally used to it. Somebody wants books on X-rays, somebody wants books on 1846 war against Mexico.
I'm here to get books on the Mexican War, 1846-48.
It's just, I accept the fact that that's the most important thing in their life, you know, and, well, collecting-wise anyway.
I'm looking for science books in particular.